Ah, the art of the segue, Mr. Berman. Excellent on a Friday morning. Nice to see you. And let's go inside politics on a very busy day where our politics conversation will take us overseas a bit. With me to share the reporting and their insights, Margaret Talev of Bloomberg and Jackie Kucinich of the Daily Beast. Let's dissect the administration's reaction to the Netanyahu victory. And I was struck, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but when the White House put out a paper statement yesterday, number one, they had the briefing. Then after the public briefing, they said, oh yeah, the president, by the way, would have loved to have been there. Mr. President, we're dialing up Prime Minister Netanyahu. Get ready for this one. The public statement, the press paper statement said, President Obama spoke today by telephone with Prime Minister Netanyahu to congratulate the Prime Minister on his party's success in winning a plurality of Knesset seats. Now, you could just say congratulate him on his victory, or you can make sure, try to say, don't let your head swell, buddy, on your plurality. What's at play here? Two guys who just don't like each other.
Well, let's start with that, because that's obviously true. But President Obama is obviously deeply offended by the way Prime Minister Netanyahu has handled this, beginning with Netanyahu's visit here and speech to Congress, and continuing on with the message and what he did in order to win the election. And you have to remember that for President Obama, whose political awakening as a young man came fighting against apartheid in South Africa, Prime Minister Netanyahu's approach in the days before the election has really put President Obama in a box.
Well, and not only that, remember when Obama was running, he was all but campaigning for Mitt Romney. He really had it was made a big deal about his relationship with Mitt Romney, and Mitt Romney was saying, you know, Bibi and I are best friends. So really, this goes back so far. The blood is so bad at this point. So I think that's one of the reasons they really aren't happy that he won.
And so the White House says they're going to reassess. Look, Prime Minister Netanyahu is going to put together a new government. We'll see how that goes forward. Obviously, the strategic relationship will continue. That goes beyond the names, beyond the leaders of any given moment. But it will be interesting to see as they reassess their own relationship. To your point, you know, our first African-American president was furious that Netanyahu closed with a public appeal to his base saying, hey, the Arabs are voting. You know, sort of what many have his opponent described as a racist appeal on election day. You know, those voters are perfectly legal voters in the state of Israel. Nobody was cheating. And so our African-American president is mad about that. He sees it as racist as well. He also was troubled at the White House because Prime Minister Netanyahu on the eve of the election said, re-elect me, there will not be two states. There will not be peace with the Palestinians.